The Elixir of Life, a substance which has been known by successful people for thousands of years to give increased energy, focus, and ambition. Now, they would hate for you to even know what this is, because if you did, they would lose control over what I call the control system, the system of institutions and beliefs that control the way you think, feel, and act on a daily basis. Knowing how to use this force, you can become limitless. With the ability to crush procrastination, break through resistance effortlessly, and no longer feel overwhelmed by pursuing your greatest dreams and desires. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Before chemistry, there was alchemy. A group of people on the planet that believed that pursuing material substances and combining them with each other was in essence a way of creating magic. But that is not alchemy as we understand today. They were pursuing material things, and they were all in search of this mysterious thing they called the Elixir of Life. This thing that would cure all. This thing that would give mankind their power back to be able to accomplish the unthinkable. And there's some great thinkers and actors out there such as Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, that have even known about this great elixir of life and have used it to find their insights and success. And now, before I market this to you and tell you it's $69.95 and that you can buy it on my website, which is completely not true, I will tell you the elixir of life that they were pursuing was not a material substance as you would see in this vial here today. This elixir of life is actually known as universal life force energy, as written by a famous metaphysician who's responsible for creating the original laws of attraction, or at least thinking about it and bringing it into our reality, Eugene Fersen. Today we're going to look at a higher level, the mechanics of how this actually works, where it is, how you can find it, and how you can use it. Now, this is a force that comes from beyond our 3D reality, the mind that you may know as the universe or universal mind, the mind of God that has been written about thousands of times over the millennia, has permeated this force that has been used by animals across all the whole animal kingdom, right? You have fish that are able to navigate back to their homelands thousands of kilometers, birds that take incredible migratory patterns, and even things like ants that can lift, multiple times their body weight. So let me pull this out here real quick, and hopefully you can see it. It's my little mini whiteboard, but if you can't, I'm going to do my best to explain it. Now look, before you go and insult my artwork, I'll let you know that Picasso spent his whole life trying to learn how to draw like a child. So in a sense, you could say I'm getting there. So what you have here is you. This is a picture of you, and we're going to talk about what is this power. Universal life force energy comes from beyond space and time, something that we can hardly understand, but something that quantum physics is beginning to explain in a way. So there is some validity to this. It is not some woo-woo concept. And it's one of those things where human beings, through science, have still only become aware of like 0.009% of what is actually out there, because we're limited by the wavelengths of light that we can even see. And so our experiments are limited to that measurement, to those measurements. So stay with me here. Universal life force energy flows through your body, charging a part of you known as the life center. This is in some older ancient traditions known as the sacral chakra, these energetic points, convergence points within your body. The sacral chakra is known for your drive, your creativity, your relationship to yourself and others, and is even the source of joy. This is why we call it the life center. And now you can charge the life center on a very limited level through two ways: through the food you eat and the air you breathe. Now you can only eat so much food, and most of us don't breathe that well anyway. So we have a limited capacity to generate this life force within us. But what all animals of the animal kingdom have is access to universal life force energy through our nervous system and through our energetic system. Because you see, you're not just a physical being, you're also an energetic being. And so without changing your thoughts and emotions and doing all the shadow work, which is all really helpful stuff, this is an energy that will permeate all beings anyway. But you might ask me, but why does this energy not permeate me already? It's because of this control system I mentioned at the start, designed to keep you in a state of fear, designed to keep you in the rat race. And once you're in that rat race, once you are tethered to fear, fear of not being able to pay your bills, fear of not being able to feed your family or pay your mortgage, they have you. Because in fear, what happens is your nervous system contracts inwards, going back into your survival instincts, going backwards into the survival paradigm, which is where you lose this ability. You lose this ability to make this connection. So even though if you have lost the ability to make this connection, through a process that I've explained in a previous video, I'll plug it up here, you can begin to reconnect with this life force. And so once you do reconnect with this life force, your life center, the sacral chakra, the sacral energy center in your body will begin getting charged through energetic forces outside of yourself. You will feel it. Like, this is not BS. You will feel it. And there's many people in the comments of that video that have actually even attested to feeling this force. This force will begin to move through your body, first going through another energetic checkpoint, which we call the solar plexus. The solar plexus is even innervated, like has nerves bundled up in there. If you look at, maybe I'll try and find an image of nerves converging in that area of your body just above your navel, known as the solar plexus area. This is your source of personal power, where power begins to converge, being pushed up through your life center and converging and then being spread and distributed all throughout your body. And you see people that look so bright and happy as they're moving through life. No matter what they're doing, nothing seems to get them down. They have a sense of magnetic radiance around them, an aura, you could even call it. Their solar plexus is charged. That's essentially what it is. And now when you receive this energy, you'll see many energy religions and whatever ancient texts that study movement of energy through the body will always refer to the left side as the receiving side, receiving this energy, and the right side as the giving side, releasing that energy. And in this way, you create sort of a magnetic field around your body, receiving from the left and giving to the right. So really, when I ask, where do you find this energy? There's nothing to find. It's already in and around you all the time. But if you're not in a relaxed and silent state, again, I talk about that in this video here. If you're not in a relaxed and silent state, your nervous system will be contracted inwards, and you won't be able to make this sort of contact consistently as our ancestors did that didn't have to worry about all this shit. Now, the last point I'll talk about here is how do you consciously use it so you can actually break through this resistance, this invisible force in your life that's making you feel overwhelmed every time you try to pursue your dreams and desires. There's a lot of self-help information on YouTube, a lot of personal development stuff, but few people, in fact, nobody I've ever seen has been talking about this energetic force that's already around us, that can replenish us without us even having to need to eat food and breathe air. Yogis that have ascended to a high level don't even rely on food and air to supply their energetic needs. They are so one with this universal life force energy. And through the effort of every day practicing relaxation, sitting down somewhere quiet, noticing where the tension is in your body, and then slowly going into a state of silence where you're able to let go of your thoughts and desires, be in a complete blank state, you find the center of your being. And when you're in the center of your being, now you're fully opened up to contact this universal life force energy. Keep your left palm up, the receiving side, and your right palm down, the giving side. That'll create a sort of energetic circuit throughout your body. You'll feel this force rushing through you. And if you've never done this, it can be quite surprising when you first do this, to tap into this energetic side of yourself. People all over the planet are waking up today realizing we're not just physical beings, we're a triune human being made up of mind, body, and soul. And in activating all three parts, we find unity that then makes our goals and ambitions line up so effortlessly, giving us the energy we need to move upwards, because the only thing you need is a plan and the energy to get there. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Until next time, peace.